Nice one.
Right.
Okay, so our fourth square.
Yes. The Mez.
Our fourth square to complete our slice.
4 squares make a slice. So, we've, the Mez.
We've just had a pink one, definitely.
Absolutely. And we're talking about all sorts, really. We've got a couple of events coming up, haven't we, really? First of all, we should probably tell people what the Mez is. The Mez is a creative arts and event space in Black Dyke Mills that me and Richard have been finding feats with for over a year now.
Grappling and wrestling.
We've braved the Queensbury winter, which somehow we managed to keep all our toes.
I mean, that was it, wasn't it? It's been a tough few months, a tough year for us work-wise, on the grounds that we tried to set this place up. Between 10 and 12,000 square feet of mill space that was essentially derelict when we went in.
No electric, no water, no toilets, no door. We didn't even have a door. We've not got a door. We do. We've got 2 toilets. We do. We've got electric.
We've got electric. We've got some heating as well, for goodness sake. So we've come a long way. And then, of course, we got through the winter in Queensbury, which is 1,300 feet up on the tops of the Pennines.
Minus 1,300 degrees.
Where everyone else had a mild winter and they had 22 consecutive days of snow up there. Whenever it says snow on high ground, Queensbury gets it. So we've had a tough time. And then, of course, lockdown hit and so on. And we started to build up debt, as a lot of businesses have. And I guess it's appropriate for us to say thank you to Bradford Council, which is not necessarily a very popular thing to do, but the only pot that we were able to actually qualify for, we weren't qualified for any of the government pots as a new business without a rate evaluation, was Bradford Council. They saw that we needed help and they've given us some help.
I wrote a poem about that. Can I get it quickly?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'll be back. I will.
Oh, God.
Oh, don't pretend like you can't do it without me. I got some time earlier on, didn't you?
Do you know, he really, really, really doesn't like Sir David Attenborough. And I didn't go too harsh on him. You know, he's one of those people that if you go too harsh on him, you know, he tends to get very upset. So he's coming back now. So he won't know that this part is in here. But he's now here. Are you back?
Oh, yes, I am, yeah.
I'm sorry, just talking to Bobbers.
Oh, of course you were. Here we go.
Just talking to the Bobbers.
Yeah. Slagging me off as usual.
No, it wasn't. No.
It's all true. Right. It's called 4,000... No, yeah, 4,820 and 83.
It's a snappy title, then.
Yeah. So the Mez... I wrote this on the day that it happened.
Okay.
The Mez could not reopen. COVID had kept the business contained, and after a lockdown that felt like forever, there was little hope that remained. But just for the sake of engagement, just for the sake of the dice, Mr. Sleep pulled out his laptop. He needed no time to think twice. And so Bradford Council were contacted. A top-up of funds the request. The kitchen fridge had been plundered, and all the staff wanted was rest. And off they went. So off went the email of Mez Records with Mr. Sleek still in his pants. Was this their final failure, or was it just another newfound romance? Mr. Sleek kept asking for updates. Sci-Pi spoke of no reply. The pressure of poverty was mounting. That was until the Wednesday, the 22nd of July. None of us may have 2020 vision, but we've just been granted £4,820 and another 83 pence, just for good measure. Go on, Paul, call off your hounds, because we has got your money. We is doing okay. Somebody has heeded our call. Bradford Council, what can we say? Other than thank you, you gorgeous governmental organisation, and full credit to Mr. Sleek. He managed to salvage the bacon, even though we thought it was mouldy last week.
Hey!
There's one last thing. The Mez dream was nearly over, and all we could do was hold on. Now we found the white cliffs of Queensbury. The question is, are we still strong?
That's a bloody good question.
It is a good question. I'm ready.
I'm ready too. Still full of doubts, self-doubts, and doubts about the financial viability going forward. But we've got a chance now.
We've got a chance.
What they've given us is essentially enough to mostly clear off our debt. And in that circumstances, we've been given a second chance. And whilst we're looking at this from a position where Bradford has gone back into lockdown and Queensbury's part of Bradford, we have to look forward and we have to look positively at the possibilities that will exist.
Yeah.
Because within every shit show there are opportunities.
There are. I mean, we've got one of the things is we now have a huge amount of space for
social
very
distancing is great.
safe gatherings. We've got all sorts. So we've got a couple of events. We've got Steve Bennett, haven't we, coming in
oh, the lovely Steve,
the
yes.
end of August for.
Do you know if Steve was part of this show, you wouldn't be able to see it. You'd just see his torso because he'd be up here somewhere.
Get his knees about him.
Steve is about 9'1" and one of the loveliest fellas.
He is.
He's given us permission to use his work again within the Mez and to exhibit his work within the Mez.
Well, we had an exhibition of his, didn't we, before lockdown?
Lino cutter, and very, very talented, and now branching out into not just rock stars, which are fantastic because they tend to lend themselves to with their wrinkles and so on, and characterised characters are very good for lino cutting. But no, Steve's going to do a workshop and teach us all how to do lino cutting.
Yes, that's 20th of August, isn't it?
It's the 18th, I believe.
Is it the 18th?
Yeah, 18th. But we'll put that out on social media. We've also had the wonderful Adrian Wilson. And those of you who don't know Adrian, he's one of the premier, foremost photographers of the North. Technically, utterly brilliant. And he brought some photographers over and a model, and they used the Mez. Yes. And that's going to go. They've now given us permission to use those shots. So I suppose that will be the sort of starting point as trying to encourage people to use the Mez. We reckon we've worked out a safe way to do it. Yeah. But we need people to come together and support us, and we'll support them into doing whatever creative they want to do.
So we're available for workshops, aren't we? What I'm saying, artists to do workshops there, pre-booking.
Yeah.
And it's hard to talk about events at this time, but if people with an eye to the future want to check out a new venue in Bradford that is
crazy space,
mill space, then we're there to facilitate that. To facilitate events.
We are indeed.
Yes, it seems, as I say, bizarre talking about it at this juncture. But hey ho, we've got to look to the future. It's not always going to be COVID time.
Absolutely. And other things that we've potentially got coming forward. We'd like, although it's still in the planning stage, we'd like Phil Sheridan at Hunt on Tai Chi to start classes, and we'd sort of agreed that it were a good idea when he came to see us prior to lockdown. And hopefully we can. But he's also he's been writing poetry during lockdown, so he's going to have a launch. We've got a Jax.
Yes, we've got a Jax, a hip hop artist, I believe, from Wakefield, who was going to launch his album with us.
And he's going to come back.
We want to do open mics eventually, folk club. We'd love to have them back.
Absolutely.
At some point, maybe private events. We don't know exactly how it'd work, but we can. We have got loads of space. So,
and we've also done some work to the space as well while lockdown has been off. We had a gold room that people looked and went, is that gold?
Yes.
Or is it orange? And it's now very much gold. So that's really positive. Yeah. I've been singing Spandau Ballet for some time now.
Yeah.
And we've also got a lot of battening up now so that we can hang paintings properly and hang artwork. Yeah, we've got a bar. We've got a bar.
Kitchen.
But what we'd also very much like, not just the people of Queensbury or Bradford or wherever, this traumatic period from March through to August has brought out the best in people and the worst in people. And one of the things I've certainly seen and certainly experienced myself is wanting to be creative when, if you like, everything else is going wrong around you, or if times are difficult. And we'd like to put on a lockdown art exhibition.
Yes.
So if you've got things that you've been doing creatively, whether they be paintings, drawings, photography, anything that has made the difference to you during this difficult
Maybe
time.
journaling as well. We could share people's journaling if they've
journaling.
Yeah, something like that.
Absolutely.
Bits of text.
Now we've got a Facebook page, the Mez Arts Cafe, and I'll be putting up a thing in the next couple of days about this. So if you've got anything that you're proud of, anything that means something to you during the lockdown that you've created, we'd like to show it, because this is hopefully a once in a lifetime situation. It may not be, who knows? But in terms of the pandemic and how people have reacted to it, art has been one of the positives that have come out of that. And certainly I've put together one or two bits with myself and with Jessica, and we'd like to see yours too.
Yeah, Jessica's painted a hairy purple flying pig on our toilets, hasn't she?
She has.
So, which we did give licence for her to do that. So
I'm not sure we gave licence for that much glitter though.
No, I like the glitter. I think that's great.
You and David would.
Yeah, we do.
Nice one. So the Mez is still going.
It is.
We've got to start.
We've got to be aware people can't just
Contact
rock
us.
up and come. Because
No, we've not been
there.
able to open the cafe again, but at this point in time. But we'd like to use the space to its most positive.
Absolutely.
And that is in celebrating the people who've enjoyed art and also want to experience more art during lockdown.
We have a Celebration Earth event coming up in September.
We do.
It should be the 19th of September, and that will be essentially celebrating all things earthly. So we're going to have a meditation in the morning. This is obviously all being well, that nothing happens between now and then.
It is difficult.
So we've got it booked, but we'll see. And then we've got
The plastic.
We've got Sammy Lovett with a plastic jewellery. She's using offcuts of plastic.
Plastic
heating them
upcycling.
together. Yes, to again save the planet, do something good for it. And she'll be doing a workshop which people can pre-book for. So that'll be great. And then we're aiming to do a drum circle in the evening, aren't we?
We are. A healing drum circle.
Yeah.
Those of you that have been to the Mez know that it's got the most extraordinary acoustics.
Yeah.
And especially when I start singing the Deo and to show people, which has upset quite a few, including the neighbours. This drum circle will be a healing one, and hopefully will be most enjoyable, because it's quite a space to fill, and the drums fill it completely to its every existence. So,
But we will very much be limiting numbers, won't we, to make sure that we're...
well, we did the sums, didn't we? I mean, with 12,000 square feet, you can actually get 150 people social distancing, but then you've got the issue about large gatherings.
Yes.
So you're not allowed to have a large indoor gathering.
Maybe under 30,
So
we'll have
we're
to see.
thinking, probably about 30 for each event at this moment in time. But keep an eye on the Facebook page.
Yes.
The Mez Arts Cafe. And also we're going to be launching the website very shortly as well.
Yeah.
So work has been ongoing, and the Mez is live.
The Mez is alive.
Mez is
and
alive.
it's I keep on thinking, like, where were we a year ago? And we've come a long way, haven't we?
Yes, I've gone a long way down in that year, yes. I think you're thriving in lockdown. I think it's a worry, really. I've gone lockdown lardy, and he's he's doing exercises and chasing ambulances and poems for pandemics and God
That's
knows
it.
what.
It's an opportunity.
It is an opportunity, and I need to see it perhaps more like that. And thank you for being so optimistic.
Well, it comes with the territory.
So, Bob in lockdown special.
Yes! Here we
All
are.
four
We're
squares.
back. And we may see
We're
you
back.
shortly.
Hopefully it's not another 4 months.
You know what? It was the best thing we did today. We said that we weren't going to do a Bob this week, and so we've actually done it. For the last probably about 2 months, we've said we're going to do one, and we've always had something else to do. So we've actually, now that we've not done one, let's not do another one next week either.
Okay, let's not do another one next
So we're
week.
never doing another Bob again.
Bye, Bobbers.
See you later.
Thanks for listening. Bye.